Hello everyone, I'm Laurel and welcome to my channel. Today is day 24 of 30 Days of Resin, and I thought I would make these underwater like scene pendants. I've seen them done various ways. I have done one already and I used markers to fill in each layer. The only problem was when I put this portion in here that I kind of left out a piece, so it's like a clear blue. So this is what I made, just testing it out. If you look on the other side, you can see all the colors and everything. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do the same thing, but what I'm going to do first, I did like just a clear layer just to practice and see how I was going to do it. But what I think I'm going to do is do each one, I'm going to do blue, which is a very pale blue. And maybe about 2 drops in there. I just want a hint of color. See, nothing too much. If you want it a little darker, you can. That would be fine. But we're also going to do a final pour with this blue. Now I have a variety of different supplies, of course. I think I'm going to do one more drop in there. But I have my markers, and I have different colorants. This is blue. It looks like it's purple, but it's actually blue. I also have a little bit of blue mica powder over here, just in case. And if you want to add a touch of like sea foam, like at the top part of the where the land is, like this, I just used a little bit of the white mica powder, so I'll put that there too. The only part that I didn't like is this see-through part, which I will figure that out. So let's see. I don't know, maybe I should just leave this the way it is. I just wanted a little bit of color, not too much. Just want to make sure it's blended well. And I'll just stick this over here. And sorry for the noise, I'm going to use my heat gun. Now for the land portion, I'm just going to use a marker. I thought I had some sand, but I don't. I thought that would add a nice little added touch to it. So I'm just going to fill this up. Okay. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I may be. Oops. Okay. Just fill it to the top. When I first got these, I got the set of 3. I was kind of not sure exactly like how to use this until I did my little practice one. I just wasn't sure. I believe I mixed up exactly the right amount. I'm trying to get that little last bit out. Oops. I may have filled a little too much in here, so I'm going to take a little out. Okay. And maybe a little more in here. I'll just add that in here. I see some parts missing, so I want to make sure I've got all the areas. All right. Well, we'll figure this out. I'm doing it just slightly different than the one I originally did. So I'm just going to move these over here, and then I'm going to cure them for 180 seconds on top, turn them over, and cure them for another 180 seconds on the bottom. Okay, so now they're cured and I can remove them from the mold. And here you can see all the different layers. I think these are pretty cool. Oops. This is the one that I did before. A little warm. And this one I got a couple little drops of resin in. I just got to get those out. I don't want anything messing these up. Okay, so then after I did this, I colored in each layer. So I started with the darker color. So I'm going to use the darker color, and that's going to be down at the bottom. And it may need a couple layers just to color it in really good. And then make sure you get those little edges too. And then if you miss anything, you can just turn it over and see, like if there's a spot that you might have missed. Okay, so I have them laid out. I keep moving to the next color and to the next level. Make sure you don't miss any of those edges there, because you want those all colored in. I didn't have them in order. So I thought about doing these with mica powder, but because they're so thin, I didn't know if they would work. So that's why I chose to do the acrylic markers. And they do come in handy when you need to color something. Like I said, you may need 2 coats. And make sure you keep your markers in order so you don't mess it up. And I see a couple little pieces I missed. You can see them because you can see the clear showing through. So just go back in with your marker and then just fix it really quick. Okay. And then the final one is the darkest. So that would be layer 2. And you can just turn it over and see if you missed anything. Now on this side, oops, on this side, I missed the 2 layers, so I just have to get those 2. They were hard to see with the clear resin, but even with the pale blue, they're still hard to see. I thought it would be a little bit better with the blue color, but it's not helping any. Just checking, everything looks good. Let me get that light blue one again. Just a second coat. Okay, so that one is finished. And then what you'll do next, actually I didn't do the ground part, and I did have like a brown marker that I was going to use. It's more like a sand color, so I'm just going to use that on this level. Okay, let it dry a little bit and then do a second coat over that. All right, so that one's done. And then you just take it and you place it in here. Make sure it's snug. Now that bottom part, that's the part that I was talking about where I kind of, you know, missed it. There's like a little area that you can sort of see through. I think I'm going to use this darker color. I think this is, no, this might be the, no, it's the blue. The purple and the blue look so similar. I'm going to use this darker color and just mix up a little bit and then place it down there. But before I do that, I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to speed up the video as I color these in, and then I'll come back and show you what the next step will be. Okay, so now when you have that all done, we're going to mix up a little of the darker blue. Now I probably mixed up too much. I'd like it a little darker than that. And I'm just going to add it to the bottom here. Just spread it around. I'm just dropping it in. Now, another option could be just taking the blue mica powder and just painting it in the bottom there. That would work. And actually I'll do it on one so you can see how it looks. I'm getting some of this on the side, so I'm going to have to clean that off. Oops. Okay, so I'll do that one with the colorant. This one keeps popping up, so this one I'm going to remove, and I'm going to use the mica powder in here. Just going to color it all in. even the sides. I'm gonna get and while I'm doing this, I'm going to cure this one for about 180 seconds. Oops. This is just getting all over the place. Tap out any excess. Let's see, I need a baby wipe so I can clean some of this mess up. Place that in here. I might have to fix up some of that area on top. For some reason this one doesn't fit in there like it should. Let me see, this one I think I'll do, no, I'm gonna do the colorant for this one too, because this is just a smaller area. This way we can get an idea how it works for both, if it works at all. Okay, and then I'm going to cure that for 180 seconds. Okay, so while that's curing, I'm going to use this blue. I did way too much. So what I'm going to do is I wanted a light blue for the pores. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to need, but I'm just going to pour a little bit of this in. Make it a nice blue shade. I think that should work. Set that aside. Didn't want to do that. Oh boy. Well, accidents do happen. And just clean it up with a baby wipe. Okay, so now I might need a little bit more since I had the accident. So I'm just going to pour a little bit more in there. And a little bit more of the blue. And mix that up. And I'm going to use my heat gun to get the bubbles out. I kind of think that kind of looks still too dark, so I'm just going to add a little bit more clear. Okay, that should be good. Heat gun again. Okay, now that that's ready, I can get the other two out from under the light. And we will just pour We may have to do a top coat because the way these are made, the land is above. So we'll definitely have to do a very thin top coat on here. And I'm running out. No, 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 no. Okay, I ran out. I need a little bit more. Hopefully I can mix up similar color. It might have been a little darker. Okay, I got those bubbles out, so now I'll pour this in. Alright, that should be good. And I got a little blue left over here. Oh, I did miss a spot, so we need this. Oh, I did not even see this little spot here. So make sure that's all filled in too. And then we're going to cure this for 180 seconds, turn it over and cure it for 180 seconds. Okay, so they're done curing and we're not finished yet. So I'm going to mix up just a little bit of white. Not a lot. Just a pinch of white. And then I'm just going to add it just around here. So it looks like foam. And remember, we still have to do a top coat. So you can have it go up on to the sand part if you want. That's fine. I'm just making, you know, some foam or waves or what have you. Do a little bit around here. And a little bit around this one. There, and then you can just cure those for about 60 seconds. All right, so now that they're cured, I just gotta make a little bit of room here because I have the white here and I don't want to be knocking anything over. All right, so we can take these out of the mold now. Okay, they look quite interesting. The color, for some reason, I don't get it. Why does the color look better on the back? I mean, you can see the color here. Maybe what you have to do is like flip it, where I just took it and put it in. I don't know, but I mean, I like the way they're turning out. I just have to do that top coat. They look, well, this one you can't even see. That's the one I used the mica powder on the bottom, but it made it look nice. And then this one, I believe I used just the colorant. Oh, okay. You can see all the layers. Now, the only thing we do have to do now is do a top layer on there. And that's only because of this part right here is showing, and we just want to even it out. So let me see. I'll just use the mixing tool to do this. And just pour on a good amount. Be careful because you don't want it to flow over the sides. You just want to cover up that soil or sand or whatever you want to call it. And then also level out the foam that we put on there, or sea foam, waves, whatever you want to call it. And then just go up to the edge. Do not push it over the edge. You just want it to go to the edge. Now if it starts pulling away from the edge, that just means that there's not enough resin on here. And you can see it pull away. Let me see. I think we're doing pretty good. It's not pulling away, so that looks fine. I'm just gonna, I see a bubble. Get that really quick, and then I'll do the next. Oops. And then be careful going around that little hole there for your pendant. Okay, and then the final one. Now, I'd rather have you under pour than over pour when you're doing this top layer. So if you pour a little bit, spread it around, and then you think you need more, then add just a touch, and then just go from there. Because then that way it won't flow over for you, and it'll just go to the edge like it's supposed to. It just automatically stops at the edge unless for some reason you push it over, and you don't want to do that. And I need a little bit more here at the top. Same with this one. This one seems to be, oh, they seem to be pulling away over here. A little bit here, a little bit there. And then if you see them pull away, just add more, just a little bit more. Like I said before, I'd rather see it. We just add little by little, and you don't push it over the edges, just go up to the edge. Make sure that everything is filled in. This one may need a little bit more. I see that it keeps pulling away. All right. So I'll just light this up, get all the bubbles out. And then I'm going to cure this for 180 seconds. All right, so they're cured and done. I just wanted to show you, since they're so thick, you need a pinch bail. So I made this one just out of wire, and this, I just tested it out. I took a 10 millimeter and basically I made a pinch wire out of it. If you want to see how I made the pinch or the pinch bail, I'm sorry, I keep saying wire. You just need to clip off a small bit, and I'm using 16 gauge wire, which is very thick. And then I'm just going to bend it down on the center so it looks like a V. And then I'm going to clip this end off a little bit so it's flush. Basically it's straight instead of having like a sharp edge to it. And then I'm going to bend that in like that. And then this one I'm going to pull out a little bit. Try to get it in the same spot. And then, oops, bend it in. Now if you use longer wire, it'll be easier to bend it because it is very thick. And then I'm going to clip some of this off. You don't need all that. Actually, I didn't bend this very well because it does not match. So I'm just going to fix it a little bit. And just straighten that out and then rebend it. I'm just having issues with this one. The other one worked so well. All right, so it's not perfect. It's not going to be on this one. But, I mean, you can purchase the pinch bails, and then you just pull it apart. Get it in on either side, like so. And then you can start pushing it together with your fingers, but just pinch it closed with the pliers. And obviously I'm going to make another one for that one because that one just is terrible. Another way you can do it is get a 10 millimeter jump ring, open it to the side as wide as you want just to get it in. And then you're going to pull this over to the other side and then open your pliers real wide and then pinch it in. And at that point you can straighten out your bail, because it will be a little crooked, and then it's secure. You don't have to worry about that. And then just use whatever chain or, you know, this is a leather cord. These are rather inexpensive. You can buy bunches of them for like $5.99, $6.99, I think $8.99, depending on how many you want. But you'll get like bunches of 50 or 100 for those prices on Amazon. And then you just grab one and then you just slip it through the bail. And there you have a very pretty necklace. I think they're gorgeous. So if you want to try these, if you have a different experience with them than I do, please let me know, comment. I think they turned out nice. For some reason, I like the bottoms better. I don't know why. I really don't. But that's just me. Like I said, this bale is garbage, so I'm going to redo that. So this is the end of day 24 of 30 Days of Resin. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell for notifications of my upcoming videos. In the description box below, you will find links to all the supplies I used today, and you'll also find links to my jewelry, my artwork, and my photography. Thank you again for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.